I wanted to talk about the Oilers because I thought, hey, Leafs have a lot of the same issues and less talent. And you know what's interesting, obviously one of the major points we always bring up with the Oilers is the goaltending issue. And I want to talk about this because this is insane. So I streamed this game, and this was during the World Series where Trey Savage struck out 12
Oh my
batters.
God.
So, and did I see one strikeout live? Not fucking one. Not one. And so
I was driving home from Kitchener when that game
I didn't
began.
See one of his strikeouts live.
And I saw him more than you did.
Yeah. So I put you on, Jesse, in the car via YouTube app in my speakers because I like to listen to you guys call the game when Steve or Jesse's on. And so I was around in the car driving home for his like 11th and 12th K.
That was one of the greatest World Series performances of all time by a pitcher, considering the context of who Trey Savage is. And you watched Toronto Columbus.
I didn't
Streamed it.
I didn't even. Yeah,
So did Maddie.
Maddie was here.
Oh yeah, Maddie was running your stream.
I wasn't alone in this building. Maddie was downstairs running the system.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you something. I didn't watch the Toronto Maple Leafs. What I watched was Caden Primo. And I got to give you the stat.
Can I tell you my experience before you give that
Please.
stat? Because I was at Kitchener Public Library doing an event with James Duffy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we intentionally wrapped it up so that I could be in the car in time to listen to the Leafs and also listen to the Blue Jays, which started a little later. Okay, game starting any minute. I'm in line talking to someone, and they show me that they're about to watch a Leaf game on their phone, and they show me the anthem. I go, oh, okay. I have a conversation with one person after they show me that, and then they show me their phone again. The Leafs are down 1-0.
At one point in this game, the Leafs had outshot Columbus 28-15, and they were losing 5-1. Sorry, not 28-15. I believe it was 28-13. They were losing 5-1.
What does it matter?
I listen.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something, and you're not going to want to hear this.
Okay.
The Leafs did a lot of good things in this game.
Oh, I know.
They did a lot of good things in this game, and I know management's looking at that going, they actually did a lot of good things in this game, and it's
And
funny.
no one wants to hear it.
Watching
No one
and I
wants
was
to
saying
hear it.
during the stream, and people are like, "Are you blind?
Yeah.
Are you that much of a homer?" And dude, I am telling you, the Leafs looked better. No, Matthews doesn't look like he's a threat to score at all, and we can get to that. That's a problem.
Yes. It's the beginning, middle, and end of this team, honestly.
But no, actually, in this game, it was Caden Primo. And here's
Yeah.
what I'm going to tell you. Caden Primo cannot start another game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Cannot. And here's the question. It's not about whether Caden Primo is an NHL goalie, because right now he isn't. At times in his career, he's shown that he is. Habs fans warned us. They said, they were like, hey, man, listen, the Caden Primo experience is rocky.
Well, they would know. They're the ones who ruined him.
The question...
They told me this kid was going to be something special years ago.
Yes.
And they kept calling him up, and some of that was out of necessity, but they had him up when he wasn't ready, and it wrecked him.
Yeah.
There's a reason that he was like an elite American Hockey League goaltender last year. His record was 21-2-2. And he's unplayable at the NHL level, which is crazy because heading into that game, he hadn't lost.
Yeah.
The Leafs had a perfect 4 out of 4 points
When he
with
was
him,
in there.
with Caden Primo starting. He looked downright good in their second half of the back-to-back game against the Sabres. And then this game was just...
Of the 6 goals scored, 4 of them were clean looks.
Oh, yeah.
Clean looks. And listen, I will say, people will be, what about the defensive breakdowns and Provorov, backhand, whatever. Hey, you know what happens during a hockey game? There are defensive breakdowns. That is when you need a save. That's why the goalie's there.
Yeah, you notice all of them when the puck goes in.
Right. And the Leafs didn't make many of them, but every single time it happened.
It ended up in the back of your net.
And
that's demoralizing.
And so the question now is not whether Caden Primo stays in the organization, because nobody's putting in a claim. They'll put him on waivers. Nobody's putting in a claim. Joseph Woll is not even eligible to play till tomorrow, and Joseph Woll will not be ready for at least a couple more weeks. So my question to you is, who's better, Caden Primo or Dennis Hildeby?
So here's the problem. Hildeby, we don't know he's better. We don't know for certain. Last year, he was poor too.
Yeah.
At the NHL level. And at the AHL level, he was better, but he had taken a step back. He is a prospect.
Mhm.
He is a Leafs prospect. And you get a guy like Caden Primo to develop Dennis Hill to be in the minors as a prospect and hopefully make him better. Caden Primo is at the point in his career where like you kind of are what you are. We know you're a stud in the AHL. We hope you can be better than you were last year in the NHL. We throw you out there and we just see what you got. What he's got isn't very good. And at this point, you might be better off just trying Dennis Hill to be, but I don't hate that that's what they tried. I don't. Like, they got James Reimer as a fail-safe for...
And he was awful.
Yes. And he didn't play very much, but they got him as a fail-safe for if they weren't able to get someone off waivers, which wasn't a guarantee. And, you might be like, well, why'd you get Caden Primo then? Well, because he's the one who made it through.
And the AHL numbers last year were positive, so you go, I take a chance.
Positive? They were above, I think it was a 927 with a 21-2-2. You could forgive a team for being like, I don't know, maybe. And there was enough of a sample size in the NHL where you're like, But I don't know. I think in the situation that the Leafs were in, which I don't think they anticipated being in, which was they needed a goalie desperately, they could have done worse. Could have done better, as it turns out. I hope Wool comes back soon. I hope he's the Joseph Wool we all know and love. And I hope this is all a moot point once he's back. But right now, Stolarz is drowning. And the other guy ain't doing so hot either. It's a problem.
I think Primo's drowning and Stolarz isn't doing so hot either. I think that's how I'd flip it around. This guy he's not an NHL caliber goaltender.
You got some of the best goaltending in the league last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are a lot of things about this team that aren't going so great. But you got some of the best goaltending in the league last year, and now you're getting this. Like, yeah, of course you're 5-5-1.
Yep.
You might be lucky to be 5-5-1, honestly.
Yep. I agree.
Great.
No, it's terrible. And you look at the Leafs save percentage, it's fourth last in the NHL. They have an 8.
You're lucky to be 500. I'm sorry. Like, that's
they're
fourth
down there
last
with the Islanders, the Sharks, the Senators, who are also bad, and the Blues, who are miserable right now.
You're fourth last, and your number one star cannot score.
80,
it is miraculous you're 500.
87, an 874 save percentage for the team. Now, let's talk about...
That's what Toskala was.